Hey everyone, it's Jared and Matt here bringing you our weekly market update for the week ending May 18th.
As always, we strive to give you everything that you need to know about the markets in 5 minutes or less. We'll start with what happened in the markets last week and we'll wrap it up with our thoughts.
The three major U.S. indices, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ were all down around 0.5% last week. The Dow Jones, which consists of 30 of the largest U.S. companies, is up 0.9 for the year, and that's clearly the lagger between these three indices. Foreign and emerging stocks were also down last week, and emerging market stocks took the biggest hit, down over 2%, and emerging markets now negative 1% for the year. Next, I'm going to be going over a chart of the Russell 2000. And the Russell 2000 is an index of 2,000 small cap U.S. companies, and those have market caps between $300 million and $2 billion. Now, to put that into perspective, Apple, which is a company that I'm sure most of you have heard of, has a market cap of over $900 billion. So while $300 million to $2 billion seems like a lot, these small cap companies you've probably never heard of. So last week, the Russell 2000 broke out to all-time highs. All year, the Russell 2000 has been trading in between the two blue lines, and then early last week broke out above the top blue line before it went and made those all-time highs. Now, this is important because historically, the Russell 2000 has been an indicator of where the market's going as a whole, so we're hoping to see the Dow and the S&P 500 follow suit. That's all that I had for the chart here, and I'm going to pass it over to Matt to talk about the news.
Elections were held in Italy last week, and the Populist Party has taken over. And what does that really mean for the European Union and Italy? Well, the European Union is very concerned that Italy is going to try to perform its own Brexit, or leave the European Union, as over a year ago, Great Britain voted to do so. And if you remember, the day after Brexit happened, the market sold off sharply. In other news, U.S. retail sales came out last week for the month of April, and it showed that retail sales grew by 0.3%, which met expectations. And that's actually some exciting news because year-over-year growth in retail sales is up 4.7%. And also, in the first quarter of 2018, retail sales actually started to slow down, and it's actually starting to show now that things are starting to pick back up. And as Jared mentioned, the emerging market index took a tumble last week, and that was directly related to the US dollar reaching highs in 2018, and actually the US dollar was up 4% just last week. So that was everything from the news last week, and this week we're back to focusing on the trade negotiations between the US and China.
So a potential trade deal between U.S. and China, plus the breakout of the Russell 2000 that I talked about earlier, hopefully could have some positive momentum for the markets moving forward.
Thanks for watching, and we strive to give you everything that you need to know about the markets in 5 minutes or less.
Keep liking our Facebook page and sharing our video. Last week we got over 1,700 views, so let's shoot for 2,000 this week. Thanks.